And I'm serious one. Are you a human? Oh my gosh. Definitely you are. Alright. I mean, 100% human. Yes. Alright. Of course you are. And I look at you and others, your friends. You know, not just appearance, not just face. They could see, listen, right? They could talk. They could think, right? All right. Look at these pictures. Oh my gosh. Who are they? See? Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow. C3PO and R2D2, okay? Right. Who are they? Are they humans?
No.
No, not really. Robot. Oh, great. Oh my gosh. 누구 집에? Okay. They don't belong to us, right? Okay. So all of us here in this room are members of human race, so-called human beings. We are humans, but they're not. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask a question. What about people? They are really humans, but not belong to people. The question is really hard to answer, right? It doesn't make sense to you, right? Okay. But you know, there are such things. They can listen, feel, talk, and think. But people do not regard them as human beings. For example, C3PO speaks how many languages? More than 100 languages, I guess. But we don't regard C3PO or R2D2 as human beings, right? What about people who are treated like pigs? A long time ago in Israel, there are such people. Lepers. You know who are lepers? Lepers. Okay, let me explain to you. That disease is really, really weird. Those who became infected, they lost fingers, toes, and eyebrows, and even hairs. And they don't feel any pain. Wow. Weird, right? They're not allowed to come near anybody. You know, even their family members. They were cast out and completely avoided by everyone. They had to tear their clothes, and then whenever anyone would begin to come near them, they had to yell, what? Unclean. Unclean. I'm dying. Keep away from me. Just imagine how miserable. Tragic. Just imagine if I were a leper. I could not hug my son and daughter. I don't know if they like it or not, but I cannot talk with my lovely wife. You got a problem with the word lovely? You know what? That's the hell. I'm not a human anymore. I am a human, right? But not really. If I am a leper in ancient Israel. Now, Jesus came to see lepers outside the village because that was where they had to live. And they called out in a loud voice, Jesus, Master, help me. Have pity on us. When Jesus saw them, he said, go, show yourselves to the priest. Because only the priest alone could pronounce them clean or unclean. Okay, if he said you're clean, and then you go to home, and then if he said no, unclean, you're dirty, then stay outside of the village. Okay. When Jesus said you are clean, and lepers went and they were cleansed. which means they were now humans, perfect. Okay? They belonged where they should have been. Humans, finally. Wow. But this is not the end of this story. How many came back to Jesus then? 5? Only, oh, not 2. Only 1. Only 1 came back. Praising God in a loud voice. By the way, he was a Samaritan. People from Samaritan were half Jewish and half Assyrian, which means mixed. And then Jews hated Samaritans for that reason. You know, Samaritans were outcast and marginalized, not humans. But he was the only one who gave thanks. What about 9? What about other 9? I guess, I don't know. We will never really know. Maybe PG? Okay. Then Jesus told him, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." What does that mean? He is now well, perfect, 100%. He became perfect. Then what about the other 9? Not perfect. Exactly. Wow, you're so smart. 9 men were not well. Physically, there was nothing wrong, but something was missing. The point made here is that the other 9 were merely healed. Only 1 came back and was made well. He was made whole by giving thanks and by proclaiming this miracle with a loud voice. There is a profound difference. He worshipped. He knows who healed him and what he needs to do. The goal and purpose of his life are different from what they used to be. Same person, but worldview, way of thinking are changing. Everything is changing, not just physically. By what? Worship and thanksgiving. If you have these 2, worship and thanksgiving, you are 100% perfect human. If you do not have them, you're not well. Maybe 95%, maybe 96%, but not 100%. I saw a TV show during this week, and I saw a news reporter saying in Rwanda, in Africa, a little girl, maybe 10 years old, and her younger brother must walk on unpaved and rocky roads for 2 hours on bare feet to collect meager amounts of drinking water. Just a cup of water. That is miserable. Not what a human life should be. But I saw they gave thanks for a cup of water. What about you? Let me ask this question. Have you worshipped God for giving you a cup of water? Have you ever given thanks for a cup of water? In Afghanistan, children are dying from malnutrition. To survive, do you know how much? For a shot for survival? A shot for survival. A shot can save his or her life. Maybe $100? Maybe $10? 80 cents. Have you ever given thanks to the Lord who gives us strength to come to our church? Have you ever prayed that, "Thank you, Lord, for giving us life"? If you never, you are not perfectly human. I'm sorry to say this. According to Talmud, quote, "There is no punishment from God to those who do not give thanks, because they already are unhappy." Happiness is not depending on how much you have, but how much you give thanks.